Okay, everybody. So,
Which
um,
we'll have here on 7 News.
yeah, yeah. My TV does a live pause, so I can,
School closings and delays and alerts on track just in tonight is Hurricane.
all right. I'm going to pause it because I don't see anyone. Okay. Hey. I'm waiting for like Eric to show up. Let me go back and all right. Yeah, I could see your little hand wave there. So, um, you could type back and stuff too as I speak. I'm just waiting for him to show up. So now it shows you. And then hopefully I'll go to number two for the little person icon in the top left corner there. And then once it goes to two, then I know that he's there, or if he makes a comment. So, but yeah, this is the no, I don't know, the button's up on the remote right now. Otherwise, it could mess up the recording. I almost hit the channel up button. I almost hit that. I was like, oh crap. Luckily, it didn't register it. I was trying to get the video information. The time and everything. Yeah. Been blowing my nose a lot too, but now it's dry, so it's good. Let me see if he'll. Okay, I guess he's yeah, oh yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, let me send him the link. I almost forgot about that. Okay, there we go. Hopefully now, yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. The little, because on the bottom right hand corner of the way that I'm holding the phone, there's a little share like icon, and then there's a pen. Oh yeah, I could do live information. Okay, and I could even chat back, I guess. Then there's like a little where you could do like different colors. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well that's cool. But it kind of sucks to type on a small screen. It's best to use a laptop, but when you're doing all that, or a tablet, and hold the phone in portrait mode and not landscape mode. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna give him a few more minutes to show up here in the video. It would say like Eco Needle when he shows up. So, and then it'll show his like logo. I wonder if I subscribe to your channel. I don't know. I gotta find out. But now I can go back and and if I didn't, at least I can subscribe to your YouTube. Because that helps with your subscriber count too. If you can get more people to subscribe to you, the better. You can reach 1,000. If you can get 1,000 subscribers and produce content like I usually do every now and then, you might be able to get monetized, and just keep it going and just get more and more people to show up, But there's some like super YouTubers out there. They got like 1 million people or more following them. It's crazy. Let me see if he'll yeah, I don't know if he tapped on the link yet or not. I can't tell. He hasn't shown up yet. I mean, he can watch a live. He can watch a replay too. You know what I mean?
Ian bears down on Florida. The Category 3 hurricane growing stronger, expected to become a Category 4 storm.
Can you hear the video?
And well before making landfall.
Yeah, you seen that right there? That right there? That's where Nomadic Fanatic was.
Tonight, winds already topping 120 miles per hour. A devastating storm surge of up to 12 feet of water is possible in some areas. The storm already battering Cuba. Key West already seeing high winds and flooding tonight. Airports now.
Oh yeah, I know where Key West is.
Meteorologist Ginger Z and senior meteorologist Rob Marciano, both in the storm zone.
Key West about there.
Also at this hour, hurricane hunters are flying into the eye of the storm right now, and they will be talking with us live. What they're seeing right now with this hurricane, they are the NOAA team sending real-time data back, and they're joining us tonight. The other news this Tuesday night, the first results coming in from Vladimir Putin's referendums in East.
All right, well, let me fast forward here, because that's probably going to be the okay, there we go.
Early as tonight. We have watched all day the track of this hurricane shift southward slightly and moving up the timing for landfall tomorrow. But it certainly doesn't mean Tampa is in the clear. Tonight, the hurricane now on track to make landfall between Sarasota and Fort Myers sometime tomorrow afternoon. And the storm his
12
feet. Let's go right to the satellite map tonight.
His house is pretty much right in the line of sight of it, like,
before it makes landfall sometime
and that's what he said too. He said his house is like literally right. Is like bullseye pretty much.
Gusts up to 150 miles an hour, churning in the Gulf of
Having the eye pass over your house doesn't really matter. Being close to the eye is what actually matters. The eye could be, let's say, several square miles big, and then when it passes over again, then it's even worse winds. The winds are a lot more stronger on the back end. As it's going forward, it's not as bad, but on the back end, it's more.
Rotation there of the hurricane, those sparks, those are flashes of lightning.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just a time lapse.
Dangerous eye wall and into the eye at this hour. They have made contact with our control room. I talked with them moments ago. We are expected to talk with them live on the air here in just a moment. Much of Florida already feeling the effects. Heavy rain in the Florida Keys. A tornado watch in effect across South Florida. This possible tornado seen about 40 miles west of Miami.
It's not a possible tornado. That is a tornado. You see those generators right there on the trailer?
It's too late to fly out of the areas most threatened. All flights leaving after 5 p.m. today were canceled. Beyond Florida, tropical storm watches in effect along the Georgia and South Carolina coastlines tonight. Georgia's governor declaring a state of emergency. Our team of meteorologists in the storm zone tonight, Ginger Z and Rob Marciano. Let's begin with Chief Meteorologist.
Let me pause it here. Okay, so the guy that I had helped with his truck yesterday with getting his tires filled up and talking to him, and we exchanged numbers. He's actually heading down there right now. He might be there by now. His name is like Evan, and I was at Advance Auto parking lot when he was patching his he was plugging his driver's side front tire on his I think it was a 2017 Ford a Ford F350. I believe it was a big dually pickup truck. So I gave him the air compressor and the big the one I just bought, and I let him fill all his tires. I looked over his truck, shock suspension, things like that. I looked it over for him real quick. I wasn't worried about payment just because the church helped me. That was good karma enough, and pay it forward to him. So he might, because I told him that I could do a lot of different things if I feel comfortable with it, and he might be able to talk to his buddy, or I might be able to help him work on his truck doing the shocks when he comes back and when I come back. So I wasn't in a rush to make anything yesterday. I just wanted to make a new contact for future work. But yeah, he's actually heading down there to do storm relief with like AT&T. So he could be sitting there doing nothing. He could be, he could possibly doing something. So yeah, I'll have him let me know when he comes back.
Island tonight. Air Ginger, take us through this latest track, what you're seeing right now as far as timing, where and when for this potential landfall.
David, even within the last couple of minutes, this rain has started pelting us. We are in the very beginning of what is Ian. It's really go time for this storm. Less than 24 hours to landfall, and I want to take you to the maps because you have to see the tornado watch. That's the immediate threat that Sunday's had to raise. We've seen a few warnings just popping southeast of us. That storm is about 160 miles to my southwest here on Sanibel. This island has been evacuated with so many other slivers of land on the west coast of Florida. That's why we've got hurricane warnings, and I want your eye to go to Orlando. Yes, Orlando is in a hurricane warning. Tropical storm warnings up to Jacksonville, watches up to Charleston. The track that everybody wants to see and has been edging farther south throughout the day, as anticipated, because the models have been really doing this, takes this right over Englewood, Florida. Rotunda Beach would be in there, Punta Gorda. That is a 4 right before landfall. I think we could see it down to a 3. It is either way going to be a major hurricane having huge impacts even as it moves north into central Florida. So let's talk timing. That's just one of the models that takes it around 2 p.m., as you mentioned, with the worst surge in that...
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty bad, everybody. Let me see what Eric says here. Okay, yeah, he had seen it, so... All right.
Northeast quadrant. That would be here. That would be up to Venice. Then you take this thing...
Did you hear that?
Models that takes it around 2 p.m., as you mentioned, with the worst surge in that northeast quadrant. That would be here. That would be up to Venice. Then you take this thing up, and Jacksonville gets into the surge on Thursday morning. That's with that wraparound. Remember, these things rotate counterclockwise. So you can have super heavy rains and the surge all the way up to Charleston. We'll keep an eye on how it moves after that. But most importantly, you lose most life and property to storm surge. 8 to 12 feet. We drove all the way down these beaches today, David, and it is frightening to know that with 15 to 20 inches of rain on top of up to 12 feet of storm surge, we could see some real damage here.
Yeah, there are going to be several chapters to this hurricane. Ginger Z, you and the team, please stay safe. Incredible reporting already. NOAA's hurricane hunters, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, have flown into this hurricane. It is dangerous work. They are sending back real-time data. Joining us right now on the phone, Captain Jason Mansour from NOAA. Captain, can you hear us, and what did you see when you were just inside this hurricane? See, this is live television, and you never know whether we'll actually be able to make contact with them. We'll try again in just a moment. In the meantime, we'll move on to Rob Marciano, who's also on the ground. Millions are leaving their homes. Evacuation orders underway. You can imagine the traffic backed up on highways for miles. Senior meteorologist Rob Marciano with those families, and Rob is in St. Petersburg tonight.
Tonight, highways jammed with families evacuating in the Sunshine State. Millions of Floridians in the crosshairs of major Hurricane Ian.
We have about 2.5 million Floridians that are currently under some type of an evacuation order.
Ian's fluid forecast, track, and timing has forced residents to get out sooner, making for a scramble inland and really fogged up traffic here on Interstate 4, tripling the travel time into Orlando. St. Petersburg's mayor putting it bluntly for those who don't evacuate.
After a certain time when tropical force winds are here, we will not be sending out first responders.
At MacDill Air Force Base, the military flying aircraft out of harm's way. Power crews staging in this Sarasota parking lot. Our Victor Arkendo in Cape Coral, where Ian's new track means they are now bracing for up to 12 feet of storm surge.
Cape Coral is a unique town built on a 400-mile system of canals like this one. Storm surge and flooding is a major concern, so they'll be relying heavily on these. They're called weirs, and they can be lowered or raised to help control the flow of water.
Good.
Load this up? Yeah, sure, no problem.
In nearby Fort Myers, Victor meeting John Robles, scrambling to help a friend board up now that they're in the bullseye.
Now, what we're doing is take so guys, you know what I'm saying?
Did you feel like you were in the clear yesterday, and now you're right in the path?
And today, I better go get it before it's too late.
Argio Benitez at Tampa's airport, one of several shutting down.
The airport's looking pretty empty. The last flight's taking off just before 5 p.m. Orlando's airport also shutting down tomorrow morning. This storm is affecting nearly every airport in the state.
The main message I have for everyone in Florida is that this is going to impact everyone in different ways.
Outer bands from Ian now reaching from the Keys to Orlando. This possible tornado west of Miami.
It is a tornado. It's not possible. It is.
Nothing in Ian's path now except warm water in Florida.
And this is really something already seeing those funnel clouds. Rob with us live from Sarasota tonight. Rob, you mentioned the extremely warm water fueling this hurricane, the intensification that continues. What kind of temperatures are we looking at? And really, there's nothing left to sort of shear off any of the strength of this storm, is there?
No, not really, David. This pool of warm water has only expanded in the past week. And take a look at this map. It's right in the path of Hurricane Ian. 85 to 90 degree water temperatures. That's about 2 degrees above average. So climate change.
Wow. That water's warm as hell. That's crazy.
But I don't think it's enough really to knock it down. So this is going to come ashore as a major hurricane. It's going to have major life-threatening, destructive impacts. David?
Rob, we're glad you're there. Please stay safe as well. Thank you. We're going to turn back to Captain Jason Mansour from NOAA up in the air. They have just flown through this hurricane. Jason, can you hear me now? And what did you see?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, David. Thank you very much. The storm appears to be well organized, even though 45,000 feet. I appreciate the Category 3 caution that your team is recommending to the public at this time.
Tell those of us who are back here on the ground about the strength, the scope, really the size of the hurricane from what you've seen up there.
The strength and scope of Hurricane Ian, to me personally, professionally, is impressive. I encourage all possibly affected personnel to take shelter and take appropriate precautions to protect life and property.
Captain Jason Mansour, I know you're up in the air right now, and you have much more important work to do than to talk to me any longer. So thank you. We marvel at the work you do every time there's a hurricane. Our thanks to Rob, Ginger, Gio, and Victor as well. We'll go back to the latest track on this hurricane a little later right here in this newscast. In the meantime, we're going to turn now to the other news this Tuesday night. The first results coming in from Vladimir Putin.
Okay, so that's it. So yeah, like I said, I know someone that's in Florida right now. He's not in his house. He went into his vehicle and he's further away. But I told him that if he can get into a north-facing wall of a large building, to park against the wall as tight as you can. That way the winds won't be as intense. So hopefully he'll take heed and he'll do that as soon as it comes in. I just hope his house makes it. I hope it doesn't flood. I hope that nothing's damaged. I hope his neighbors' houses don't get damaged. You know, all I can is hope for the best. If I had way more money and things like that, I would be heading down there right now to do what I can to help. I really would. But unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money. And I'm heading to Rochester, Minnesota starting Friday. So, if people, okay, let's say if you people want to give me a lot of donations, like a lot, I mean, it's got to be thousands. I will head down there and I'll do what I can. There is no doubt about it. I will do that. I will tell my dad, look, I need to help people. It's just the way it is. I got these donations coming in. I need to do what I can to help and go from there, because I have a very analytical mind. I can survey a scene and I can pretty much figure out what to do from there. I don't know why I can do it. I can just do it. That's why they need to hire me. Like some kind of agency needs to hire me off the books. And then of course, of course I drive my own vehicle. I do what I gotta do, but they'll pay for it. I would love to do all that. I mean, I'm very good at surveying stuff. I can figure shit out. Okay. Maybe with one more training though. But yeah. So yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna let this guy know. I will do what I can to keep him informed, and I hope he stays informed. And yeah, go from there. So, and I need to check on somebody else too. I want to make sure that she's okay too. She's another YouTuber, pretty big one too. So I want to ask her if she's doing well too. So, all right, everybody, take care and God bless.